again. It's a red stuff.
Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great day. I would like to thank everyone for their support. It really does mean a lot, especially for the last couple uploads of my 2021 C8 Corvette. It has been an amazing journey, to say the least. If you guys have missed those uploads, I will put a link in the description below. And fear not, the car will be back. It is currently snowing. The car is still getting expelled. So right now, we are going to talk about my passions for guns. In this case, the CZ Shadow 2 in orange. This is one of my holy grails. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Jeff, and this is where I share my personal passions, from cars to watches, and like I said, in this case, the CZ Shadow 2. I have grew into this gun. It's taken me a long journey of years of shooting, and unfortunately a lot of money spent to get to this point in my life to understand what I like and don't like as far as firearms. So I really do hope you guys enjoy this. If you do like this content, click that like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And, oh, hold on. I stepped on somebody. And poof, the magic of YouTube. I have my other child on my shoulder, and the other one is back there. So Dakota, Ted, me, PG, and my fiance, who you can't see, we're saying hi. So we'll see you at the review. Say bye, PG. Yeah, say bye. Oh. The myth, the legend, the godfather who only stands 10 feet away. He needs no intro. He will be joining us for this review. So we're going to kick things off with an unboxing. But first, we're going to do a slight comparison to show you the size of the CZ Shadow 2 box. In comparison, this is the Canic and this is the CZ Shadow. This thing is enormous. So if you guys like to skip the unboxing and go directly to the range footage, I will put a timestamp in the description below. My first impressions as well. This gun is absolutely stunning. If you ever get a chance to shoot one of these or see it in person, you've got to do it. Words do not do any justice, and video definitely does not do any justice. But first things first, let's make sure the firearm's clear before we continue. So working our way from the top, this case comes with your standard lock for your firearm, which is pretty typical in most firearms. It's going to come with a SOP. Now this SOP is a little more detailed than most. It's going to have a full bill of materials breakdown, which I thought was pretty cool. I really like how they did this layout. And then your standard guidance throughout the firearm as to how to use it. And I think they even reference the different styles of firearms as well, which I think is awesome as well. Again, this is the black and this is the blue model. I have not shot these yet, but I am really curious to do a comparison between these two. If you guys have any comments between the black and the blue, I know they're a little bit different than the CZ Shadow 2 orange. Obviously the orange is a little more updated, but do me a favor, leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think. And this gives you some more guidance on how to use the firearm. So that's your standard SOP. And this will be your warranty paperwork if you choose to fill that out. And it comes with its own lubricant. Now, I have not used this yet. I have not changed anything on the firearm before we head to the range. None of the springs have been changed. So we're going to shoot this gun straight out the box as is and see how it does. But it comes with its own lubricant. We will be using this in the future though. I'm really curious about this. If you guys have used this as well, let me know. Let me know how this is working out for you. This is your firearm pin spring that they include. Your mag base keepers, which is pretty awesome that they include these. Standard Allen keys, which you will be using with this firearm. Two new mainsprings. I don't know what the poundage is on these mainsprings, and I will not be changing these out during this review. Again, we're going to shoot everything as is and see how it functions. If you guys do know what the poundage is on these springs, let me know. That'd be awesome. And we also have two mainsprings as well. Again, I don't know what the poundage is. They do not label the poundage on these springs. And you will receive a bushing tool. Kind of like the 1911s. So this is my first steel gun that I've ever owned. So I have not used these before. So we're going to find out in the future how this works. Standard cleaning rods that come with the gun. I really love the packaging on this case. It's pretty awesome. Standard, as you see. Moving forward, you're gonna get 3 magazines with this particular firearm, and the base plates are absolutely gorgeous. And then your follower is gonna be in blue to let you know your mag is empty. And then if you look, one side's gonna say 40, and then the other side is gonna say 9mm. Pretty interesting that you can use this magazine for either or. And just as a reference, when you chamber it back, you will see your indicator in blue as such, letting you know the mag is empty, like I said. And then make sure it's safe. I like the followers. That's pretty cool if they included that. So let's take a deeper look into this pistol. Some of you may recognize this by the nomenclature of CZ75 or the naming convention of the Shadow 2 Orange. This is CZ's top tier competition pistol for the production class, and from what I understand, they are absolutely killing it in this class. The company's been around since right around the 1930s or so. If you get on their website and check it out, they have a pretty awesome history. The MSRP on this is going to be right around $2,245 in the US, and in-store right around $1,900. In my opinion, it's absolutely worth it, without a doubt. The barrel length is going to be right around 4.89 inches, roughly about 5 inches or so, and the weight is 46 ounces empty. It's not a light gun, but then again, it's not supposed to be a light gun. It's going to come with a tuned trigger, which is highly polished, and that's going to be a double action and single action. And as we look right here, this is going to be the trigger pulls. I think roughly right around 7 pounds on the double action and right around 2 pounds on the single action. Working our way to the front, this is a 1911 style barrel bushing and is a cold hammer forged barrel. Absolutely beautiful. Taking a closer look at the lower frame, you'll see that the upper assembly rides within the lower frame, giving this a low bore axis, which will help aid in lower recoil. And also muzzle rise. So this is pretty awesome in the way they designed this gun. Again, it's very similar to 1911s, which I really do appreciate. So the low bore axis and the fact that it's a 9mm and the added weight of 46 ounces. As you can imagine, this gun's going to shoot very flat, which we are going to see very soon. You're going to have an anti-safety and you're going to have an adjustable mag release. And looking at the overall profile of this gun, it is extremely narrow, very thin, and it fits my hand like a glove. Working our way to the sights, this is going to be adjustable for windage in the rear, but not elevation, and it's going to be blacked out in the rear, and you're going to have a front red fiber optic. With that being said, let's see how this CZ Shadow is going to shoot. We're going to be shooting some 115 grain and some 124 grain Winchester, and we're going to be using a system called Target Works. We're going to set for 25 yards, and we'll be doing 1 second and 2 second delays as the targets rotate. This is pretty fun if you ever get a chance to do this. We'll also be using 8-inch targets, and again, 25 yards away. First impressions when I'm shooting this at 25 yards, just watch how flat this gun is. It's absolutely freaking amazing. I love it. These are 1 second and 2 second delays. It will change as we move forward. Now they're 2 second delays. Just taking my time trying to get used to the trigger. So far it's feeling pretty good. I believe right now I'm shooting 124 grain. Ejection patterns seem to be doing pretty good. Yeah, these are definitely 124 grain, so I can definitely see the difference. If you guys have ever used a system like this before, let me know. They've got a friend or foe, or you can, I believe, rotate 180 degrees, friend on one side and foe on the other. I didn't use that during this review, but I put around 350 rounds through this gun so far. Obviously, I'm not going to show every single round I've shot during this review. It's just going to take too long. But the groupies are pretty decent for what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be extremely accurate, just basically center mass at 25 yards. So now that I'm more comfortable with this pistol, I wanted to try something completely different and use everything that these targets had to offer. In doing so, I took the repair pasters and I lined them up from north to south, and I'm going to shoot these at about 25 yards. I'm still blown away by how flat and how good this gun shoots. No jams whatsoever. Ejection patterns are still pretty good. And for a gun at this value and the quality of this gun, I expect nothing less. But I must say, I'm thoroughly impressed, if you can't tell already. This is pretty amazing. For out of the box, for a gun I've never shot until this day, that is pretty amazing. Looking at the top down to the bottom, I can tell you that is not easy to do. At least not for me. There's always better shooters out there. This concludes my review of this CZ Shadow 2 Orange. I'm going to end this review with some more shooting, and I want to thank you guys so much for joining along. It means a lot. If you like this content, click that like and subscribe, and I will see you guys at the next upload. Have a good one, guys.
It's not a game, it's a